What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those of you catching the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. So whenever these live chats, you can take part right along with us. So pardon for a moment. I see the video and the audio are off from what I'm looking at, so I have to click refresh, unfortunately. I'll be right back. StreamYard be like that sometimes. Kind of how you look at that. So my apologies for that. Brief. Literally moments before starting this, I just spent some money at Newegg and bought a new graphics card. Just bought a 4K 60 Elgato capture card. That came in, but turns out I needed a new cord, micro HDMI, 2 HDMI for my camcorder as well. So it was a little more than that. That cord won't be here till Thursday, and I went ahead and upgraded the graphics card because it's been needing to happen. Because literally like 10 minutes ago, computer crashed out of nowhere. AMD bug report tool pops up. So that very, 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 very out of date AMD graphics card that I've been using, it's time. I'm sick of the handicap that it provides all the time. It takes forever to render. Upgrading the capture card I've been wanting to do anyway because I can only capture in 1080p, even though I have a very nice 4K camcorder. To do 4K, actual 4K, I have to record it on the camcorder, take the SD card, and then transfer it to the computer. So to save a step, I can use the microphones that I like to use and stuff. I just go through a capture card. So upgraded the capture card. It is what it is. So point being, we're constantly trying to upgrade and improve around these parts. Hope you guys appreciate it. Scent of the day, Tropical Sauvage, also known as Jasada Ambassador. Love this fragrance. I definitely do. It's been a little while since I've wore it, so it was very nice to reach for this one. I got 5 sprays on, which is more than enough. It smells so good. Mango, citruses, lavender. Basically smells like Ambroxan. I'm sure there's Ambroxan in here. Good stuff. Definitely some good stuff. Jasada reached out to me not long ago, and whenever they have stock in the U.S., apparently they're going to be sending me Platinum, the new release, so I'm actually pretty excited to check that one out and review it. And because I do like Ambassador Intense. We'll see if Platinum's worth of shit. They understand that we're going to, whatever I say is what I say. So I was like, sure, I'll check it out then. If you're cool with me doing my thing. I'm damn near open to most as long as they're cool with me doing my thing and saying at my natural flow. More than likely, if I'm interested in your fragrance, I'll check it out then. So let's see who's doing what in the chat, because we're going to wait about to the 10-minute mark. We've got some stuff, 2 things that I had decants of prior, Ombre Leather Parfum and Lamal On Board. The only reason I even bought Lamal On Board, it was only like $53, and I was like, why not? It's a nice fragrance. It's not one of their best flankers. It's a nice fragrance, but 125 ml was like $53 or $58 when they had it in stock. But Bad Boy Cobalt, grabbed a tester of that, and then K Intense. Which, what the hell? Let's check out K Intense. And of course, Strong With You absolutely came in as well for the member giveaway at the end of the month. My apologies. I have a catch in the throat. So I moved the microphone up here so I could be closer, so my voice will be clearer. Is this better than usual? You guys let me know. Do I like it hanging right here? No, but it's better than it being like right here and covering half my face, because the desk, it's not enough. You know what I mean? The desk would have to be much lower. I'd have to raise my chair and then readjust. Like, it's just not a comfortable situation. So this is, we'll try this out, Let's get caught up in the chat. Azaro Amber Fever, the only one I don't have of that collection of Pour Homme flankers. Shout outs from NYC. Right back at you, sir. Auto Skeletor. Now, is this Skells? Did you change it up, including the avatar? Is this the usual Skells, or is this someone different? Because it's possible it could be someone different. Is this Skells? Givenchy Gentleman Society, great choice. Joel, good to see you, my man. Santal Volcanique, never tried that. Fans of the FWO, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let them know, Joel. Manny, good to see you, sir. Brioni EDP Intense. All of the Brioni EDP fragrances are really, really good. My favorite being the Eclat Flanker. Cadlage Fleur Oud for Giancarlo. Mr. M.A. Styles, Absolute King from Sensual Obsessions. See, skipping around. Let me get down a little bit. Wearing Jazz Club, Maison Margiela's replica line. Good stuff. Trying to find Tesquine Marina in the UK. Aroma Concepts needs to show the UK site some love. So they typically I don't think it's the exact same stock because they're different distribution areas, but I don't know. They might be out of stock in both. I haven't looked. Have not looked. Good to see you, sir. Scandal Le Parfum. Bad Boy EDT. Sauvage Elixir. It ain't coming off. Let them know, Kellen. It's up strong, man. I like Bright Visit. I like Bright Visit too. Let's see. Long time no see. How are you? Here for Bad Boy Cobalt, rocking Chrome EDP today. Hell yeah, that's my favorite. That's become my favorite version of Chrome. Good to see you, sir. Rob, how are you? Picked up a new H24. So good, I paid retail. It's simple, but it smells good. That's all that matters, right? Dan, not the man. Good to see you, sir. BDC, Bleu de Chanel Parfum, my favorite, the best of the blues, in my opinion. Zerjoff Mephisto, phenomenal metallic fragrance. I prefer that to Silver Mountain Water. Ultra Zest, great. Hey, here we go. Come on now. Hit him with it. I'm actually wearing an Outsider shirt right now. May Scott Hall rest in peace. Francesca Bianchi? Bianchi, is that how you say that? Sticky Fingers, never heard of it. How are you? I'm off Odyssey Ohm. Make it make sense with bottles and beer. Code Absolute Gold. I never tried that flanker. Not a huge fan of gold, but I've heard that one's better than gold. Roy, good to see you. Torino 22, the best of the Torinos, according to Roy. Jason, good to see you, sir. Aqua Media Cologne Forte on a beautiful spring day in Detroit. Great choice because it's a great fragrance for your setting. It's a good one. Eventually, I'll get a bottle. I had a carded sample. Still got a couple sprays in there. But I want that and Aqua Celestia Cologne Forte. I want both of those for this summer to go right along with Pacific Chill. I plan on having those relatively heavy in the rotation. Heavy in the rotation for me. What heavy would be for me in the rotation, a couple times, basically. Amiri. Let's see. Dan, hello. How are you, sir? Hey, everyone. Aaron Terrence Hughes Carbon. Keep it nice and clean today. Weather's very strange here in the Northeast U.S. Tobacco and Tonka Bean Banana Republic. Great choice. Kix Griffey. Uh-oh. Creation E. Definitely Kix Griffey approved. Either version. Phenomenal. Randy, good to see you, sir. Holy poop, I made it early. This never happens. No, you're right. It never does happen. Wearing Blue Atlas Bountiful transitioning into Pacific Lime. Great choice. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic today, Ross. Randy, I can't complain. I hope the same for you, sir. Ombre Leather. I wore that yesterday. Might wear Ombre Leather Parfum tomorrow since I finally got a bottle of it. I had somebody say, 80 degrees and you wore Ombre Leather? I said, 73. I sure did. Are you scared? That was my reply. I was on Instagram like, are you scared? It was in the 70s. It's spring break over here, and I wore Ombre Leather to go get some tattoos. So the fuck what? It smelled great. I wasn't outside. And not that it was that hot anyway. Nice wind coming out. It was windy as shit today, but yesterday it was pretty breezy too. It's been feeling good. As long as it hasn't days it rains is days it rains, but sunshine days, it's been feeling great around here in these parts over here on these sandy beaches. So it's funny that I started with the elixir because I haven't tried the original. And supposedly there's a plum note in the original because I did get a little fruitiness that wasn't listed in the elixir. And then I found out plum was in the original. So it's like, it's got to be that. And everybody's like, oh, it shows more in the original. So I had to buy the original. And maybe I'll do a video comparing the two. You never know. Thank you, sir. The wife insisted that I had to buy this. This came from an Alvin's Island. And she was getting herself. She likes to wear her hats, different hats on her walks. She goes walk at the park that's by us all the time, or different trails and stuff like that. That's her thing. She doesn't hit the weights. She likes to go on hikes and walks, and that's her thing. And I was like, oh, some snow camo. Let me check that out. I tried it on. She's like, yeah, you're buying that. All right, then. And I was wearing this. I was like, what hat am I going to wear? I don't want to wear the same Astros hat I wore the other day with a different NWO shirt. And this caught my eyes. That matches. We'll go with that. But thank you for the compliment, sir. Kalen, good to see you, sir. One and only rose scents. It reminds me of Rose Aventus. All right, then. French Defense. Oof. You're winning right now at everything. Not just life, just everything in general. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Cam, what's going on, man? Alexandria Fragrances Green Envy. Jeff, good to see you. Polo Oud. Great choice. What do you mean exactly for a second chance? What do you mean? I'm not exactly sure what you like. Soldier Boy, if he puts another fragrance out, I doubt I'll hear from them because every time I talk about it, I talk about how overpriced it is. It smells good, but it's overpriced. I doubt I'll ever hear from them again. Is that what you mean? Like if I have something to say that they're not going to like, do I hear back from them? I mean, I've publicly said like Hot Luxe from Raja Parfums, I don't care for. They've sent me all of the fragrances I have from them. They sent my way for review because they're cool with whatever. I've never had issue with them. Trying to think who else had one. Sarif, I didn't care for from Kajal. Mo's a giant sweetheart, owner of the brand. Has no issue with stuff like that. Like I typically, I mean, you never know what'll happen after the fact if somebody's feelings gets hurt, but that's part of what we're going to discuss. If you reach out to me and want to send me a fragrance, it's like, all right, I call it doing it my way because it is doing it my way. My natural flow, how you guys see me talk to you on the live stream. It's exactly what the hell I do in a recorded video, only I put little transitions and stuff for presentation's sake. I don't do heavy editing, just minimal stuff with a clean transition in between segments, like from scent to performance to final thoughts, or in a list, it goes from fragrance to fragrance. It's literally, you guys hear me clear my throat in live stream. Just clear my throat and grab the next fragrance and get straight and go into the next one. That's all it is. It's not multiple takes, nothing scripted. I like to just go. And the only way your fragrance is going to make it on my channel is if you're cool with me just going. And whatever happens, happens. Whatever comes out of my mouth, curse words, whatever, is what's going to happen. And when they agree to it, I assume you've watched my content to know what you're agreeing to. Because once you agree to it, it's like, all right, here's my P.O. box. Send it my way. We'll check it out. More than likely on a live stream. Because it doesn't get more real and in the moment than in these live streams, right? Sometimes I'll do the recorded videos if it warrants. Like I don't want it to take an hour. It get, 8 minutes of talking about a fragrance get lost in a shuffle. When it's multiple fragrances on like a haul or something, we'll do it on these live streams. But we're 12 minutes in. It's pretty much time to go ahead and get going. Let me find a decent stopping point real quick because I know I'm very behind, especially stopping the talk right now. All right, let's see. Skip. Sorry, guys. I got to skip ahead. Kill a shirt, too. Thank you, my man. 1,080 for 10 on leg press the other day. Hell yeah. Now I have to ask because 90% of the people I ever see on a leg press don't do full reps. They use little half reps and call it good. Those knees by your chest when you're doing these reps, you're going deep, because I used to do that shit when I was a teenager too. And I have 13 plates here, 3 plates up there. 2 of my friends down the equipment, knee wraps on, and I could do half reps for 7 or 8 reps. Now going deep, full reps, getting the most out of range of motion and tension. I'm like maxing at 7 plates on each side because I'm trying to do higher rep range and everything. And it's killing me to get to like 12, So that's why I ask, because I see people do crazy weight, but their range of motion is shit. So I have to ask, you getting full range of motion there, Chief? Because if so, I'm impressed as hell and I'm so proud of you. You tell me you half repping this shit, stop half repping that shit. So let me know. You can either tell me here or tell me in our Instagram conversation. That's up to you. But I have to ask because that's the main exercise you'll still see people half rep is that damn leg press machine. So let's scroll back down here. 22 degrees to 71. That's drastic. Good Lord. The info on when Bloom and Seraphim. So Seraphim is in June-ish. Pre-sale is probably going to be in about a week. I'm going to start in about a week for Bloom. I'll let you guys know. Few things George is waiting on, and then he'll start the pre-sale. His goal is April 1st, and I didn't mention to him, you do realize it's April Fool's Day, right? But his goal is April 1st to start pre-selling, and then mid-month it'll ship. That's the current goal for Bloom, and then like 2 months later, you're looking at Seraphim Blue, the summer release, the fresh blue. Back to back. I mean, he just got phenomenal release after phenomenal release, but I'll keep you guys updated as it comes. Like I don't have a bottle of Bloom or anything right now. I mean, I'm familiar with it. I'm part of the testing, but once I get the bottle, I'll wear one round just to see the difference in the full production batch, how much richer it is, and we'll do a video and talk about it, guys. So but thank you for asking. That's all I have for you right now. I hope that helps. Pacific Chill, great choice. Wow, I was that far behind. The Bishop's in the house. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not roll with it, you know? Idea what you would and would not like. No, like I've never had the whole second thing. Dude, as far as the legs go back, my man, I am so proud of you then, because that's impressive. That's very impressive. I am so proud of you. So I had to ask, because like I said, that's the exercise that people will like go that far down. And like, I'm not saying you got to go all the way to your chest with it, but you got to at least make an L with your legs here. Like not this little fucking 45-degree slight bend in your knee kind of stuff. I see people do it all the time. It's none of my business. They can do whatever they want, but you're my guy. I had to give you a hard time. If you were half repping, I had to give you a hard time, which you're not. I'm so proud of you. Go parallel. Yeah, don't go super deep. When I say go deep, I mean a full range of motion here. All right. Good to see you, sir. We're actually to the bottom, so we're going to go ahead and get going. This thing quite linear and zesty, though. I haven't tried it yet. I will sooner than later. I definitely will sooner than later. So I think we'll go ahead and start with Bad Boy Cobalt. What do you guys think? I grab testers when available as long as there's a cap, but with fragrances like this, there's no cap, so it doesn't matter. So absolutely getting a tester. No way, no how would I not. Actually, my 50 ml of the Parfum was a tester. And I don't remember if my elixir was a tester or not. I want to say it was a tester. This is a 100 ml tester. Or was it the 150? I didn't want the 150. Yeah, it's 100 ml tester. So I'm going to put all this to the side. Get that out the way. We'll take a quick look at the beautiful blue to the bottle. If the reflection doesn't ruin it, you can kind of see it here. So you have a deep blue gradient. That blue goes all the way down. It just gets darker and darker. I can still faintly see through here towards the bottom of the lightning bolt. Gimmicky bottle, but they're not bad. They stand up properly. They've weighted and balanced them correctly, so I'm good with it. Let's give it a spritz here on the rose. That's familiar, and I don't just mean to the elixir. That smells like something else, at least out in the air. I definitely get that fruity plum smell, though. I definitely get that. This is so much fresher and not near as sweet as the elixir. The elixir is much sweeter and thicker. Loses all the freshness that you get from this one. I wore the elixir 2 weekends ago. My daughter and son-in-law were here. I wore it that weekend. It was like 2 weeks ago. I like this a lot, though. This is very much a fruity blue fragrance. Like the color scheme is fitting. This is very much a blue. It's just fruity sweet. Not near as sweet as the elixir, but there's a fruity sweetness to it. Even a little tinge of powder here that I pick up. Synthetic. Definitely a very unnatural smell to it, and not a trace of naturals in here, I'm sure. Doesn't smell like there is. Who knows? They might have, 10% of the oil mixes. Who knows what the balance is, but definitely an unnatural smell. Typical mid-level designer type of quality. I bet this smells great out in the air. I bet the trail to this is beautiful. Just kind of wafting, it's nice and like it has this fluffy, fresh, sweet tone. Because up close, it's obviously going to smell much more synthetic than it would just, if somebody walked by me wearing it. It's like a slightly sharp woody tone. So it might be like some cedar or something like that. Let's pull up these notes. I sure as hell don't remember them. Let's check them out because I've looked at them. I just don't remember them. Let's see. 7.3 out of 10. A lot of ratings. People like it. Sweet, synthetic, fruity, fresh, spicy. I agree with all of that. Yeah. Lavender, pink pepper, black plum, Egyptian geranium. Cedar wood. So it is cedar and oak and vetiver to go with truffle. So there's your sweetness, is this truffle note, but the cedar kind of jumps out early on because it is kind of a sharp woody note. That's why I assumed it was cedar. Cedar most of the time, especially cheaper cedar oils that are used in most designers, unless it's like Virginia cedar, Atlas cedar, stuff like that. That's a better quality cedar. But this has that sharp woodsy tone. It's just as sweet. It's actually more sweet than it is spicy. It's not super spicy. Like seeing it as the fifth accord, that makes sense. There's a spiciness. This pink pepper, I think, blends well with the lavender to give it a strong aromatic tone at the top. But it's not soapy. It's not a soapy type of lavender. If anything, I think that's what's adding this powder would probably be that lavender. Because it is getting a little bit more on the powdery side. Dare I say this is more powdery than the elixir is on my skin. This is my kind of jam because I like the sweet designers. I mean, there's no secret there because I like the Invictus line. I like the 1 million line. I like the Stronger With You and the Wanted lines, and I'm cool with it. You know, some guys can't stand the redundancy of all these sweet fragrances. I like seeing the twists and the turns and how they're going to make it their own. It's part of the fun for me. And this fragrance includes being part of the fun for me. I like this. This 7.3 they're going with, for me, that's a little low for what I want to rate it. I'm going to give it like a, let's go a 7.75. It's not quite great. I do think, no, I don't even want to say the elixir is better. It's a toss-up right now for me because there's a lot of charm to the freshness of this. More wearing opportunity, higher wearability, if you will. I think I will have to do a versus video on this versus the elixir. I think I will have to do that. Let me wear it this week and maybe this weekend. Let me spend some time with it, do a full wearing, couple test sprays, revisit the elixir with a couple of test sprays. And that might be like a Friday or Saturday video or something. Because I'm intrigued. It's kind of a toss-up. 7.75. I know I rated the elixir a little bit higher. I think I gave it like an 8. But it really is a toss-up on which I'd prefer if I was just going to keep one. It's True Blue Synthetic, just on the sweet side. It's modern blue, mass appealing, crowd pleaser, probably pulls many compliments from many people. I'm sure my wife's going to like it. Yeah, kind of a toss-up. I don't think it's better than or worse than the elixir. That's yet to be determined. I got to spend time with it. I got to revisit the elixir. Give me roughly a week. Give me at least a few days. Let me spend a little time with it. We'll work on that. If not this weekend, maybe early next week, I'll get that video out. That's something I want to work on right away because I do like this. It's good. Very good. Yeah. Slide that over. Let me get caught up in this chat real quick. Where was I? I mean, for $15, because that's kind of going right for it's under $20. Well, what the hell? Why not? Fruity pineapple, spicy saffron, nice and woodsy. I like it. I think it's one of the best fragrances you can buy under $20, personally. Yeah, I know you start bringing the hip flexors in too much. When I say going deep, I think you're going to the extreme with what I mean by going deep. You're going further than what my actual meaning of what I'm saying is, sir, that I don't even recall ever seeing before. You're taking it further than it's actually meant, my man. I don't mean put your knees to your ears. You know, so breathe, because I skipped way ahead and you're still on that. You're still on that. Yeah, you misinterpreted what I meant by going deep. I meant full range of motion. Thank you. Let's move on. Hurricane Jared, saying hello to everybody. All right. I mean, so me and Dedrick the other night, we brought it up again, how we need to work out this three-way swap. So let that be one of the ones you send to me. And let's all get on maybe a three-way call sometime this week. Let's talk in our little group message and see if we can set up a call, the three of us, and kind of iron out the details for the next 2 weeks to see if we can get this worked out and do a decant swap. What do you think? If you don't mind, since you have, access right now, since I'm kind of doing the live, and get the conversation going. You can even say, Ross told me to do this, or as you requested, if you don't mind, kind of spark the convo. So there's an alert for all three of us in our little group message, if you don't mind, Randy. So, because we need to get this ball rolling. We've been talking about it for like 2 months or so now. We need to get this ball rolling. I'm very guilty of not moving forward with this. So let's get that rolling. Go to last winter. I think it's deep enough, sweet enough to definitely work in the winter if you want some freshness. I like it. It's familiar though. It does remind me of something. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I scrolled down a little bit. Coach. Yes, I get that. Totally get that. I'm like, God, it's so familiar. As soon as I scrolled, I saw it. Invictus Platinum, interesting. So I don't get the herbal green elements of Platinum, but I can kind of get that too. But I get more Coach for Men. That makes sense. That's what I was getting. It smells more like Coach for Men. Yes. No wonder I like it. So I Coach for Men, so underappreciated. There was a stretch where I was wearing that a lot a few years ago. I love that fragrance. Chrome Extreme, great choice. Kyler, good to see you, my man. It's good for the money. I mean, it's pretty hard to beat. I mean, there's no guarantees you'll like Platinum. Yeah, I totally get it. Minus the green herbal feel, because I do get a lot of greenery out of Platinum. But the rest of the profile, yeah, it totally makes sense. Totally this is better than Platinum. I think this is better than Invictus Platinum. Better than Coach for Men, too. I love Coach for Men. I got a lot of love for Invictus Platinum, too, honestly. But I totally get the relation to both of them. That totally makes sense. Everybody's saying Platinum. Let's see. Wait till it dries, though. Isn't as good. Oh, noted. Love the opening. Dry down's why I choose Platinum. Okay, because the dry down on Platinum is better than the opening. That's for sure. When you let Invictus Platinum develop, the dry down's better. And see, I don't get much of the absinthe from that. I get this herbal green, almost medicinal-like feel in the top. Banana Republic Tobacco and Tonka Bean, great choice. Good to see you, sir. Strong with you, absolutely. Can't go wrong. Recommend the least. Pure. Of those three, I would take Aqua and EDP over Pure. Some may not agree. That's just my opinion. But in the air, yeah, and this actually smells really good up close, but I could see it being even better out in the air. Cheers from Boston. Right back to you. We can do a lot better. Let me click refresh, see where we're at. Because we're going to be doing at least an hour and a half. Probably a little bit longer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be quick with two of them because it's not brand new, first time smelling them situations. Because we're going to do the two I haven't smelled first. But 85 likes, 150 viewers. We can do better. I believe in you guys. Figure you'd like it. Yeah, I do like it quite a bit, actually. So the Bishop nickname came before that. I think Dedrick gave him that. If not Dedrick, it was a collective doing that on Dedrick's live stream. But it came from Dedrick's live stream in general. I'll gravitate towards niche houses because a lot of designer kind of just starts. There's major redundancy across the designers. The fragrance counter designers. Private line, different story for these brands. Private lines are different. But stuff like this, yeah, there's tons of redundancy for sure. Ooh, we'll do that in the next week or two. Because I did buy a couple rounds of fragrances without you guys. We're doing one of them right now. Let's do the next one. Because I mentioned maybe doing something on Joma Shop. So let's say within the next 2 weeks, we'll do a live stream, go do a little shopping on Joma Shop. We'll show them a little love, even though kind of fuck them. But why not? They got some good inventory. I know you guys like to shop there. Hopefully, I don't end up buying something that's really not in stock and they keep my money because that'll just piss me off and make me never go back. Because it made me take a huge break from them. A lot of you have heard me say this before. It made me take a long hiatus from buying from them because they did it to me twice. Third strike, they'll be out. So we'll go do some online shopping with Joma Shop in the next, let's say, 10 days roughly. And as long as they don't do that to me, I'll go back and shop again in the near future. Fragrance buy is still my number one choice, but just like I buy stuff on eBay, I buy stuff from Amazon once in a while, and I like to buy from Fragrance Net. I'll add them back into the fold as long as they don't screw me again. Because that's screwing me. That's bullshit, basically, not screwing me. That's bullshit to take someone's money and not let them know, not put that it's back ordered, and then email them after the fact. Hey, by the way, it'll ship within 2 weeks. What? That's not cool. So that's why I got away from them for a little while. Freshness gave it all day. Work-friendly wearability. Good vote of confidence right there. Royalty from Paco Rabanne. Definitely my favorite out of the 3 I've smelled. What did I miss so far? So we've only been through Cobalt. Definitely got the relation to Coach for Men and Invictus Platinum. I like it a lot. I'm going to work on a comparison between this and the Elixir to see which one I prefer. Do a little versus video within the next 5 to 10 days, roughly. I'm going to shoot for this weekend, but if not, it'll be early next week. I mean, yeah, I think so. If you can't get it for the prices we can get it here in the U.S., I mean, it is what it is for your area. But, I mean, you got to know that you like pineapple, spice, and woods. That's the 3 main things you're going to get from it. Bottle came in today. I'm actually doing a collaboration with the Perfume Box. They did send Nitro Red my way. I'm going to wear it tomorrow, and that video will be out this week. I'm going to spend some time with it. I am doing a video for Perfume Box where that's the fragrance they sent to me. I was like, you know what? Perfect timing. People keep asking me about it. And you ask me right now. I've been asked a lot. So we're going to find out. I'm going to find out tomorrow, actually, because I'm going to wear it. I'll do a scent of the day shorts, kind of early impression thing, and I'm going to do a full review on it. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. No, just I think it's weird to look down on anybody for wearing anything they like in general, not just a fragrance. That's hyper judgmental. Look, we all naturally judge a little bit. I get it. It's human nature. But to like try to make somebody feel bad for what they're wearing, come on. There's a lot of that tribalistic stuff in the online community. It's ridiculous. If you like it and it smells good, doesn't matter if it costs $10 or $1,000. Enjoy it. Doesn't matter if it smells cheap or smells like that man should be wearing a Rolex. He's got some money, you know. It's luxury smell, basically, is what I'm coming across as. Some stuff does smell really expensive, luxurious, you know. So wear what you like, people. You get a little bit of everything on this channel. Wear what you like. I'm an advocate for that. Good to see you, sir. We started with Bad Boy Cobalt. We're about half an hour in. We need to get into the next one. Scrolling down, good to see you, Donald. Renaissance, hell yeah, it's beautiful. To Citrus Peel Gem, I'm going to love this one too. Hell yeah, it's phenomenal, man. We need some more likes. Let them know, my man. Okay, Aventus Cologne gets my vote almost every time it's an option. That's my favorite Creed fragrance. Halls are always fan, but I realize it's not wise to keep up with influencers because collecting fragrances. Yeah, no. You can enjoy the content and not feel like you got to run out and buy something. I have affiliate links for all these things in every video, but I don't encourage anybody to just feel pressured to buy something. Absolutely not. No. You can have just as much fun going to a fragrance counter and sniffing stuff for free. Just cost your time and a little bit of whatever fuel, unless you got an electric car, then it just costs your electricity bill. Yeah. Or a little bit of fuel if you're driving a gasoline or diesel vehicle to go to the place and have that's a fun time going sniff fragrances at a perfumery, at a Neiman's, a Nordstrom, a Macy's, a Dillard's, any of them. Go do that. Don't feel like you got to keep up with people like myself. Like I'm monetized. It's write-offs for me. It's part of what I do day in and day out. It's totally different if you're not doing the kind of stuff I'm doing. I don't try to keep up with me or any other content creator. Absolutely not. We buy this stuff to give our opinions as a resource for you guys. If you want to go off of online opinions, there's entertainment value when you relate to the personalities, like my fuck it attitude and approach. Some of you really enjoy that. That's why you keep coming back to the channel. And thank you for that. And then there's just all different ways of just to consume the content that don't ever feel pressured. Even with the whole FOMO thing, the fear of missing out when stuff's getting discontinued or there's pre-orders with special pricing, nothing's ever so serious that you got to just put yourself out there and buy something just to buy it. So I know that's a bit of a tangent, but I wanted to, you brought up a really good point, and I wanted to make sure to add to it that you absolutely don't feel that way. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's hilarious. Spring, not winter. I think it's perfect. I could see it working for winter too, though. Noted. There you go. Boston Elixir. Haven't been buying anything for months, but this is tempting. That's currently my #1 designer release this year. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. Yeah, because Randy hates absinthe. That's why he doesn't like Polo Red Parfum. Fair. That's fair. But sometimes if it's $5, there's certain places I'd rather buy from, because the best deal, sometimes it only means $2, $3, $4, and $2, $3, $4 isn't that big of a deal, because I rarely buy 1 or 2 fragrances, as you guys see. It's usually 4, 5, 6, 7 range when I buy fragrances. Good to see you, sir. So let me skip ahead a little bit. I'm not going to argue with you on that. You're talking about a fragrance, LOL. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, you're talking to, okay, you're not even talking to me. My bad. Hates Joma Shop. Damn, truly just unprofessional when it comes to me. At least I don't know, but I'm never shopping with them again. Everybody's got bad experiences at different places, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. I'm going to give them another shot. Like I said, I know a lot of the viewers of the channel like to shop over there, so I'll spend a little money with them. As long as they don't do that again. They do that again, that's the 3rd strike and they're out, and I won't go back. Well, all right, that's random. Good to see you, Jay. No, man, vent, man. Go for it. You are welcome to do so, my man. You are welcome. You just Googled it in case. No worries, no worries. Come on now. All right, so we're at the bottom. Let's go to the next one. So, Dolce & Gabbana K Intense. I like KEDT. I'm one of the few in the crowd. I like KEDP. More people like that one, at least. The Intense, I've heard from a few people. I've already been spoiled a little bit with the opinions. Some people saying Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum, which I think is underappreciated release from last year. But that was a very woodsy, creamy, kind of resinous woody fragrance. So I would hope this sticks to K's DNA more. I don't know. We'll see. I wasn't going to get it at first. And, RXL, shout outs to you, Rick. Rick said something about it smelling terrible. And I took it to heart because it's like I know Rick. And it kind of detoured me. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to hold off on it. And then I was looking at on Fragrance Buy one night. I'm like, why the fuck am I letting Rick sway me from not getting a fragrance? Shout outs to you, Rick, if you see this. It's like, fuck it. Just because he doesn't like it doesn't mean I won't like it. I like the other two. Let me give it a shot. I spent the $77 on a 50 ml. Shout outs to Rick. It's like I took it to heart. That's why I try to avoid these. You never know, because it's somebody I know. So it's like, oh, it must be terrible then. And look, it might be, but that's his opinion. I want to check out what I think about it. And that's what we're going to do here today. So spray on the lion's face, kind of a spray and a half. Immediately I get this Explorer Platinum thing. I've been seeing that in some comments here and there. That totally makes sense out in the air. Damn it. Look, I like the aroma, but I have that fragrance. That's not what I would want K Intense to smell like. Fan off some of this alcohol. It still smells like K, though. It's like a hybrid of Explorer Platinum and K Eau de Parfum. Because I do get K Eau de Parfum. I do get kind of that, and I hate to say this because Fernando, damn you, I'll never get away from it. With KEDP, he said the opening smelled like Tresemme hairspray. I've never been able to get away from it. Just like Vicks Vapor Rub with Layton. Never been able to get away from that either. I kind of made it worse by telling more people about it. I do get that Tresemme hairspray kind of thing from the EDP. That synthetic opening. This one's a bit more earthy and woodsy. This is not the fresh fragrance that the first two were. Intense is one word. I would say it's more of an extreme than an intense. What do I mean by that? Like you crank up the richness and the base elements of something, and that's what I think would make for a properly named extreme flanker. That's just my opinion. I could see why Rick didn't like this. And I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying it's not what I expected. It is definitely not what I expected. I don't think it's special. Here in this opening portion of smelling it, these early thoughts are it's not better than the EDT or the EDP. It's not good for a new release. So this one's going to go down as one of the worst releases of the year. And I'm confident it's not just going to be for me. This is going to go up there with things like Wanted EDP from last year, which, again, not bad. Just when you look at all the other releases, yeah, it was one of the worst ones. For some, the worst one. Whereas this, again, not bad. Some people are going to really enjoy this. I'm going to spend some time with it. It's probably going to grow on me more because I do smell the core DNA here, and I like the core DNA of the scent profile. I'm one of the few, like I stated earlier. But that doesn't mean it won't go down as one of the worst designers released this year because so many good ones have come out already. It can't touch some of my favorites. And it is getting better as it dries. Let's look at the notes. Let's see what they're working with here. It is turning more and more into Dolce & Gabbana K, thankfully. Spelled that wrong. Good job, Ross. Probably help if I type intense. There it is. Eau de Parfum Intense. 7 out of 10. So some people are digging it. Like I said, it's not bad. This scent is animal fresh. That's what we're classifying it as. Animal fresh. Leather and fig. That's why it's so weird. Because it is a little strange. Leather, fig, saffron, animal, so animalic, fresh, spicy, green, sweet. It is becoming fresher, but that leather fig combination, that makes sense. Because I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. That's why I wasn't like trying to break it down as this is what I think I'm smelling, because it's hard to determine. I didn't know what I was smelling. Fig, leather, saffron. I'll be damned. So the saffron's probably coming across a bit leathery. I am getting a little bit metallic, but I'm getting very earthy dark. So maybe it's a bitter fig mixing with this leather accord, because come to think of it, it's kind of like the leather accord from Kenzo Ombre EDP. But you don't have all of that aquatic freshness blending with it to really liven the fragrance up. Here, it's just kind of on the darker, more muddled type of feel. It's earthy more than animalic, I think. I don't think it's all that animalistic. I mean, I get where they're coming from, but I think it's more of a kind of earthy tone, and it is getting spicier. That's for sure. It's getting better. It's developing a little bit, but I still hold strong with it's probably going to go down as one of the worst designers released of the year, at least where I stand right now. They can't all be winners, right? And this isn't necessarily a loser. It's just not winning right now. It's not winning my heart, if you will. That's for the intrigue. We give it a 6. Better than good, because it is interesting. 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. You know, it's not wowing me, but it's also not terrible. I don't think it's bad. I'm interested enough to want to spend time with it and see if it grows on me and how it develops over time, see how it dries down, what kind of performance. I'm interested to take it through the motions. So a 6 out of 10, better than good. And it is getting rapidly better, I have to say. So there's potential for this rating to grow in a full review. But first impressions, I'm going to go with a 6 out of 10. K intense. Not special. Not even in my very good territory of 7 and 7.5. Better than good. We'll go with that. What do you guys think, for those of you that have smelled it? Thoughts? Agree? Disagree? Amazing? Terrible? Somewhere in the middle? Scroll down. Break free from the 14-day subscription to speak on your chat. Love your channel, man. Sin of the day is Salvatore Ferragamo. One more signature. Welcome, first and foremost, and love your scent choice. You, Justin, Derek, I know you meant Dedrick. Opened my eyes to a lot of fragrances, have a ton of decants, and stepped out of my comfort zone. Thank you, man. I'm glad we could provide some value to your fragrant life, my man. Definitely two stellar human beings that you listed alongside my name. Two of my best friends. Me and Dedrick have gotten very tight over the last year and a half. And Justin, pretty much like a brother to me at this point. Yeah. So, and I value and respect more than just their opinion on fragrances. So, great collection of gentlemen, in my opinion. I mean, I'm glad you lumped me in there with two great guys. You know, I'm okay, right? Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that, Giancarlo. You used to be good about delivery, then got horrible. A quarter month to get here. I blame EQ. Speaking of great humans that I value, EQ. Shout out to Mom. Here's to EQ. And I like it. Wore it a lot last summer. KEDP is the best of the bunch. I still stand on that. I think the EDP is the best of the three. Bunch of great smelling motherfuckers. Greeting all. Svengali, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I don't think it smells like Santal 33 all that much. I get the relation, but I don't like Santal 33. I like Explorer Platinum. It does have some similarity, but the lack of the iris, which is weird for me to say and probably weird for some of you to hear, because it's kind of the only iris fragrance I don't even like, Santal 33. I don't hate it, but I'll never have a bottle. Not interested. I've given it a handful of chances. I just don't like it. It doesn't jive with me. I don't even like it staying on my skin. But it does have some similarity. I'm not going to sit here and act like it doesn't. You'll think of it when you smell Explorer Platinum. You'll think of Santal 33. So if you hate it, there's no guarantee you'll hate Explorer Platinum, because that's not the case with me. I think it was actually an underappreciated release last year. If you're going to blind buy it, just know that there's a chance you're going to hate it if you hate Santal 33. Just know that's there. I think I've learned to make sure it says in stock, not just that it ships in 1 to 3 days, because we all know that 1 to 3 days is bullshit. Yep, I agree, sir. To me, it smells like a mandarin. Had my mom try it, and she said it smells like homemade pickle juice. See where she's coming from. Maybe you should edit. Maybe I should edit. Okay, 2 messages to prevent possible misinterpretation and more ignored questions about fragrances. So you're one that heard me say, I apologize, I have to skip ahead because I was so far behind. So you are new to this chat. I thought I hadn't seen your name before. And you got butthurt and offended. Man, bye. Bye, Felicia. Don't come back. I don't think I'm reading this message wrong. Bye, Felicia. I was telling my wife the other day, there's 8 billion people. I don't expect 8 billion subscribers. I'm not going to be for everyone. I'm just not. Not everybody can handle me, I guess. I wish you success in your future endeavors, sir. I hate when people get their feelings hurt for nothing. I can't stand that, guys. Pet peeve of mine. Don't get your feelings hurt over the most minor shit. I apologize when I have to skip ahead, and then here we go, because it happens once in a while. Feelings get hurt because their question's not getting answered, because everybody's entitled to everything. This dude's entitled. Bye, Felicia. Niall Queen. Never tried it. Heard a bunch of people mention it here in the chat before. Ooh, is that supposed to be Tony Iommi Monkey Special? I'd like to get an opinion from a really good perfumer. Like, if you have tried. Well, I'm not a perfumer. I am not a perfumer. I am just an enthusiast. Big fan of perfumes. I have not tried it, though. But is that their take on Tony Iommi Monkey Special? Let me know, because it sounds like it would be. Pink Panther. What's going on, man? Lucas got a fire. Ombre Lucas. A lot of people crapping on the UK, but I actually like it. Most of the three. Do you like it the most of the three available? My wife loves it. I'm going to have to let my wife smell it. I think she's going to like both of them. Well, I know she's going to like Bad Boy Cobalt. No doubt. She likes the sweet designers on me. She always has. She loves this. She kept sniffing on me with this earlier. She's been a fan since the first time I sprayed this one of Josada Ambassador. So let's see. Kind of smells like KEDP mixed with Hero. So I'm not familiar. I know you sent me a decan of Hero EDP. I have never revisited since the first time I sprayed it. So I have to take your word for that, because I'm not sure myself. Good to see you, sir. KEDT is so much better than it ever got credit for. I think it smells great. The juniper, it's fresh, it's powdery, it's beautiful fragrance. I never understood why I got crapped on personally. Montrese, my man, he spelled it right on purpose. You did it on purpose. I know you did. Good to see you. For those of you that don't know, Montrese always purposefully spells my name with 2 O's just to get a rise out of me, apparently. And I called him on it the other day, and he's like, I'm not going to do it no more. You can do it if you want to pick with me. It's all good. Me and you, we good. We good. Good to see you, my man. I get a lot of fig, which I like. So it's a bitter type of fig. Like this fig leather saffron, this actually makes a lot of sense. It really does. Makes a lot of sense to me. Oh, it's getting so much fresher. It is getting better as it dries. The EDP's DNA, that geranium juniper, coming out more. It's coming out more. They don't list it, but it's there. It's definitely there. Let's see. So skip ahead a little bit. I like the dry down of this. It's getting really good. And it's just getting into the heart. It's very early. Not yet. We're going to do, hell, we'll do that one next. I still got 2 left. So both of these I've had decants of. Ombre Leather Parfum, that decant's been empty. I've been needing to get a bottle. And Lamal On Board, I never was planning on getting it, but it was such a good price when it came in stock the other day. I was like, why the hell not? It's not like I don't like it. I just didn't think it was one of their best releases. But like I actually bought Ombre Leather from a listing on eBay the other day, and they sent the regular Ombre Leather. I was ordering the Parfum. And he was like, oh, my apologies. We can give you a $10 discount and do a swap. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. This is the universe telling me that I needed to get the bottle. And I'll just buy it again. And that's what happened. It came in stock with fragrance buy when I was making an order. So I bought Ombre Leather Parfum. I love Ombre Leather. I love both. I was just planning on getting this because I have so many niche fragrances that smell like Ombre Leather that I just wanted to get the Parfum because it's different enough. But God wanted me to have both. Why the mix-up happened. He wanted to ensure. He's like, no, son. You like the original enough. You need that one plus all the other ones. So here we are. Ordered Beach Hut just in time for my vacation to PCB. Enjoy. Man, let me know when you get here. Maybe we can link up if you're going to be in my area. Message me on IG. I can't guarantee anything. But I'll throw it out. Scott came to Destin recently, and I wasn't able to link up with him. But let me know. Might be able to link up. Can't get, again, no promises here, but I'll throw it out there. Bored me a bit, but as it dried, I found it pretty good. Still not great. 7.5 territory. Okay, that's fair. It was meh. Caught 100 ml. Was about $40. Damn, you stole it. Long time no see, by the way. Haven't seen this name in a while. Good to see you. Josh, my main man. Elysium by Loon. Latent Inspiration. Good to see you. Looking for a signature scent that not a lot of people are wearing for myself. 35. I'm not sure what not a lot of people are wearing because every area is different. Like what's being worn a lot by you might not be what's worn a lot by me. And I don't necessarily know exactly what's being worn a lot by me because I don't just talk to a bunch of people all day, every day outside of talking to you guys. So that's a tough one, actually. That's tough. What kind of stuff do you like? Maybe I can tailor something to your taste with a recommendation. If you want to maybe let me know some others that you enjoy or maybe some main accords or styles, fragrance categories. Give me a little bit more to work with. Maybe I throw my opinion at you on what I think you'd enjoy. Usually would tell you if it's shipping soon and sometimes say 2 to 3 weeks. Only thing is sometimes those prices are great for sure. I've had a bottle for years. I don't like it more than regular Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. I prefer the freshness of the original more. All right, so we're skipping ahead a little bit. I apologize. Nobody get offended or upset that I'm having to skip ahead and missing some questions. I apologize ahead of time. Gotta take dog for a walk. He won't quit bitching. I'll leave the stream up to keep up your views, Ross. See you next time. Well, Jason, I sure appreciate that. Thank you. That's very generous of you. Dame, good to see you, my man, because we're almost to the bottom. Uh-oh. There's a Jason Vircher sighting, so apparently I had skipped. Ombre Leather is good. Hell yeah, it is. I wore Ombre Leather yesterday. It was yesterday. And I'll probably wear the Parfum tomorrow. We're going to dive into it. Let me find a decent spot. JT, my main man, I hope you're well. Milestone Velvet Collection, Desert Oud. Digging the hat. Thank you, sir. Timbo Slice. Some profiles I haven't seen in a while are come and hang out with us today. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. It's good to see all of you. TAC, how are you, sir? Daily wear that smells like Awaken distilled. Ooh, I'd have to go grab it and smell it. It's been a little bit since I've smelled it. I don't have it in the memory Rolodex ready to go. I can't. that card's kind of hiding in the back if I start flipping the Rolodex. I have to apologize. I'm not sure because I've only smelled it one time. So I can't elaborate. I'm sorry. I hate when that happens where I can't throw an opinion out real quick. Need to go see you all another day. Well, I'm glad you were able to come pop in for a little bit. It was good to see you. Ooh, Ombre Noir. I have it. I didn't revisit it in the winter like I wanted to. It's a little on the boozy ambery side. Kind of benzoin ambery type of feel. Very woodsy. A little bit of spice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I just didn't get around to wearing it like I wanted to. I'm not sure. Let's check real quick before we dive into Ombre Leather Parfum. See if it comes up. Typed in LeBeau. Type in Paradise Garden. Nothing comes up on the website, so I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. You hush. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Good to see you. I'm glad you've been hanging around the whole time. So for those of you who don't know, my regulars I pick on the most because that's who I love the most because they're my regulars. I talk to them all the time. Beach Hut Man, really that good? It's been a while since I smelled it, but yeah, the galbanum, mint, and everything it's very fresh green, but still oriental resinous. It has that signature profile that's blended in most of the fragrances. It's crazy powerful. It works in the heat, but be easy on the sprays. That stuff's crazy strong. Reflection 45 is phenomenal. I don't have any Clive Christian fragrances, actually. Good to see you, sir. Boston Scent Elixir, excellent choice. Ooh, okay, so you like Reflection Man. So you like the powdery stuff based on what I'm seeing with the first two. Signature Scent Everyday Wear. Everyday Wear. Prada Ocean EDT. So you got powdery spicy with a little sweet. You got woodsy, green powdery. You got sweet designer on the end. Isn't Ocean named incorrectly? It's not aquatic. Good fragrance, though. I'm excited for the Le Parfum. Huh. That's tough. You have an interesting taste looking for a signature scent that's kind of this realm. Yeah, I mean, I love your taste. That's my taste. I like the powdery stuff, too. You might like this one. You might like it quite a bit. It's on the fresher side, and it's not a clone. Afnan Highness 6 or Highness Blue. This was recommended to me by a lot of people in the chat. We bought it on one of those live streams where I was taking audience suggestions. This is actually really good. It's aquatic. It's powdery. It's green. It's woodsy. It's got a little touch of sweet, but it's very everyday masculine, modern masculine, because it's got the powderiness to it and it's aquatic, but it's not like some oceanic summer blue. Like there's real depth and density to this. This is year-round type of stuff. Quality's pretty good. It doesn't smell overly synthetic. You might like this. It's like $62 US. Afnan Highness 6 or Afnan Highness Blue. It's called both. It's actually Highness 6, but most people call it blue because it's the blue bottle. They're different colors. You might really like this based on your style. Kind of combines a little bit of all of that, honestly. All right, let's get into Ombre Leather Parfum. That's because you're a real man, Jason, and I appreciate you. You are my favorite realtor, and you know that, sir. So, all right, skipping down my vibe. I've been watching my scent of the day. Aqua Blue. Hell yeah. Aqua Cinziali Blue. Good to see you, my man. I'm glad you're here. All right, so we'll stop right there. Let's go ahead and get into, let me pull the comment down. Good to see you, sir. Percival, I pulled the cap and smelled that one yesterday, actually. So it's been a while since I've smelled Ombre Leather Parfum. It's not my first time smelling it. I had a decant. But it's my first time since the last time, I guess is what we'll say. Super happy to have this. I've always liked how it's got an aquatic feel from the violet leaf, and you get a lot of iris. And the white label looks pretty cool in the black bottle. I think it's the better looking of the two because of the contrast of black and white. It's really not that important in the grand scheme of things. Since it's black and white, we're going to spray it on the NWO tattoo. Tattoo's healed up enough. Give it a spritz. Because because I don't want to go inside the forearm because I got fresh ink with the Majin tattoo. There we go, to where y'all can see it. The Majin tattoo is right where I would normally spray. So, yes, I got the Majin Buu Zim. Shout out to Majin Vegeta. I was debating on putting Vegeta somewhere, and I might still at some point. I've also got a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan I was debating on doing my leg, but maybe one day down the road. So good. I think it's the better of the two. I always have, because you get that bright leather accord from regular ombre leather, but there's so much more nuance. It's so much more interesting, and it's more wearable year round. I think this can be pulled off on the right summer day, not every summer day, but on the right summer day, and definitely summer evenings, more casual evening, even first dates. I think this will work well. It's powdery leather, and it's a very animalic leather accord. This one's kind of rough and tumble. A little bit of an earthy, woodsy feel to it, but still so fresh. The violet leaf plays such a strong role in this fragrance. I love this fragrance. It's like a 9 out of 10 kind of fragrance for me. Like I said, I'm totally familiar with it. It's not like it's some new experience for me. I'm just finally getting around to getting a bottle. 8.3 out of 10, 581 ratings. I agree, because for having that many ratings, it's impressive that they still got an 8.3. That means a lot of people rated it 9 and 10. Leathery, floral, spicy, woody, sweet. Black leather, cedarwood, green tobacco. There's that kind of herbal earthiness. Iris, woody notes, jasmine, violet leaf absolute. And this violet leaf stands out from start to finish. I get the violet leaf absolute. The black leather accord is a bit more rough and tumble than you might think. This is semi-casual. Not kind of semi-formal, if you will, because this can dress down just as easily as it can dress up. And I think the original is the same way. They're great to wear with a jacket, bomber jacket, leather jacket, sports jacket, whatever. They're great jacket fragrances in the cooler weather. But in the warmer weather, you can get away with this one a little bit more than the other, I think. And V-necks, long sleeves, maybe with sleeves rolled up, like I like to do all the time. The sleeves rolled up to the elbow. That's pretty much what I do with damn near every. If it's not an Oxford with a button on the cuff, if it's a standard sleeve, I always roll up the sleeves. That's just what I do with long sleeves. That's my vibe, and this fits that for me personally. So anybody that's never tried this and you like leather accords, you're doing yourself a disservice, especially if you have a similar taste to mine. This is that good. It's a 9 out of 10 fragrance for me. I do like it better than Ombre Leather. Ombre Leather Parfum is superior for me. It's got that slightly casual feel. Even though I wore Ombre Leather yesterday and I was wearing a cut sleeve because I was wearing it loose because I got some work done on my chest that went around the shoulder and everything. Like I wanted to wear loose stuff. I was rocking Ombre Leather with that baggy camo pants and a cut sleeve shirt. Enjoying my damn self, smelling great, so it's all in the confidence in which you carry yourself on what you can rock, so this is phenomenal fragrance in my opinion. 9 out of 10 kind of stuff. So good. So good. All right, let's get caught up because we got one more fragrance. I could believe it, Antonio. I could believe you would be crying. At least you're on your profile and not your wife's profile today. Chris with the $5 super chat. Can you recommend a niche summer fragrance or two in the market? Already have things like 40 Knot, Cedrat, Supernova, Cinede Supernova. Okay. Now we're talking. So niche is fair game, huh? Sometimes I'll get questions like that, and it's like they want affordable. Well, it's not as fun sometimes when it's just guidelines for affordable stuff. So I would say, have you ever tried Raja Parfum's Oceania? It's one of my personal favorites. About 2 summers ago, I spent a lot of time with it. It's very airy, fresh, citric, watery, aquatic, soapy, floral. It's got iris and violet, but it's not overly powdery, but there is some powdery tones. Clean musk. It's airy, bright, clean linen, couple of buttons down kind of vibe. Leather sandals walking through the sand. It's that vibe. Even a long sleeve white linen. with the sleeves rolled up, the cuffs undone and the sleeves rolled up, a couple buttons down. Yeah, it's that kind of vibe. It's that good too. And then Costa Azzurra, the Eau de Parfum, more so than the Parfum since we're talking summertime. That's not really niche, but it's Tom Ford in the signature line like this. That's one I'd like to throw out there because it's still pricey. Still going to, 50 ml, you're still going to spend $130 on a 50 ml from discounters. It's not like it's cheap. But I love those 2 scent profiles for the summertime, and they're on the more unique side. They don't smell like a bunch of other things. They smell like their own thing. So that's 2 I would like to throw out there. I appreciate the super chat as well. I hope that's helpful. Definitely worth checking out. I promise they're worth checking out. To each their own. Slut Elixir. I've never tried that one. The Skipper. Here we go. Well, Atkinson's calling himself the captain. I guess I could be the skipper. It's worth having both. To me, it's redundant, sure, but this one's different. It's got some differences. Most notably, the iris and that violet leaf. Those are 2 key components that change this fragrance. It still has ombre leather's core DNA here. It still smells like ombre leather, but an evolution of ombre leather. So now you're skipping sprays on certain ink too. Well, yeah, when it's fresh ink. I'm not spraying. I got tattoos yesterday. I'm not spraying fresh ink like that. This has been like a week and a half. Almost close to 2 weeks. So yeah, it's healed now. Barely anything's peeling. There's a little random little piece of it. Like I haven't even been aquaphoring it the last 2 days. It's fine. It's healed. I can spray that. That Majin M, my man, I got that yesterday. I'm not spraying that. Hell no. Now I'll spray up on the forearm. Like the next one will probably just go right here on this forearm, top of the wrist or something like that. Love that it's a little softer, allows for better versatility, and still offers a compliment factor from the original. You're talking about the Parfum. Same. I just prefer its added versatility and the added freshness to it. Coracco Bay is really good stuff. I agree. Sounds interesting. I'll check it. By the way, it costs in my country. Oh, damn. What country are you in? Because that pricing is going to factor into a lot of things, obviously. It's clearly much, much more expensive in your country. Like much more. Yes, sir. Yeah, try King of Diamond Mango Coffee. A little unisex. I don't mind that. Fresh, sweet, different, right up your alley. It's not for everyone. I'll have to keep that in mind. Diamond Mango Coffee. Let's see if they got it on Parfum. Nope. Don't have it. Never heard of it. I hope it works out for you. I really enjoy those 2 recommendations that I gave you. Scent called Daddy seems wrong to me. Let's see. Happy Monday. What's going on, E? Invictus Legend. Great choice. You're a man who has strong, well-toned forearms. You should roll your sleeves up and show those bad boys off. Women love men with strong forearms. Shout outs to men with strong forearms. Myself included. I get asked about my forearms from guys on the internet mostly, which I'm sure my wife would prefer that to be the case. Right? Like, dude, what's your forearm workout? What's your forearm routine? I don't do anything specific for my forearms. It's a genetic thing. Lucky. Very lucky when it comes to forearms. But thank you, sir. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, actually. I have no insider info. It's closest fragrance comparisons you would make to Oceania. No. Not. Oh, you mean and Isola Blue. With Isola Blue, most people like to compare it to Terre de Hermes. I think it's a faint similarity there. More of a sweet citrus. Whereas I don't think anybody would describe Terre de Hermes as a sweet citrus. Oceania and Isola Blue are kind of their own things. Now, maybe something would ring a bell if you get a small decant and try it for yourself, but nothing rings a bell for me personally. They kind of stand on their own. Well, I've been tempted. Big Irish fan. This might be up my alley. It's good stuff, man. Lemon lime. Oud lemon lime. Did you mean oud lemon mint? because lemon lime isn't one of their oud fragrances. I feel like you did a combination of lemon lime and oud lemon mint. Have a good one, Randy. Good to see you. Yeah, Oceania is the truth, man. I've got a couple people coming out saying that. So oud blue notes, I feel like I've answered this like in the last 3 streams. It's funny. And not just from you, Manny. Like I've been asked this several times. I have a full review on it. It's very fruity and powdery. It's up top. It dries into more of a creamy floral on my skin. Very woodsy, very underrated fragrance from the house. Type in TLTG in the name of the fragrance when you get a little time and watch my full review on it. I actually have a full review on it that I did. I want to say not that long ago, but time flies. It's been a little while. This is like beginning of last year, maybe. It was before I moved. I moved August 1st. I was here. I have not. Shavathon, good to see you. Oh, while I got you, I wore it this past week, and I'm probably going to wear it again this week. He knows what I'm talking about. The rest of you don't. He knows exactly why I'm saying that. I don't know if you read my reply to you. I said it's cute to think that, you know, or cute observation, I think was what I said. That's a cute observation or assumption. That's a cute assumption. Just giving you a hard time. You know what you said. USA. So it's not Middle Eastern exclusive anymore. Currently out of stock, Puig selling releases that never appeared in USA stores on both sites, Rabanne and Jean Paul Gaultier. So there's some good information for you guys. Shavathon's dropping some knowledge right here. I'm just picking with you, by the way. I hope you took that as a joke. Just to give you guys context, he said TLTG will only pull that fragrance out when he needs a video to use it in a video. And I said, that's a cute assumption. I've been wearing it once a week. That's hilarious. So now that you're here, I had to give you a hard time, bust your balls about it a little bit. I get where you're coming from. Sometimes that's the case because I just have so much shit, but I've really been enjoying it. I've been wearing it pretty often lately. So you picked the wrong fragrance to say that about because I've actually been wearing it pretty much once a week. Narcosis. See, Bertus anything is probably good is how I feel about it. Oh, so it's a Fragrance World fragrance. Okay. That's a fact. That is indeed a fact. Some suggestions. Cologne, Virgin Island Water, At the Barbers, Ocean Noir. Good stuff. I've never tried Gucci Envy. Guilty, Japur, Club de Nuit, Intense Man. Since you like Gucci Guilty, have you ever tried the Parfum? Because I think it's the best one as far as versatility and wearability while still maintaining the original's DNA. The Parfum is phenomenal. Yeah, they smell super different from one another. He was asking if I knew anything similar to either of them, like something similar to Oceania and something similar to Isola Blue. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when I'm doing like when you work in the inner head of your biceps, that's when my forearms work the most. And when I'm doing like rope drag curls and stuff, that where it really works this top portion. And then doing hammer curls as well with dumbbells. No, not yet. No, we got one left. We got Lamal On Board left. I'm glad you laughed. In the year 2025, if man's still alive and woman can survive, you'll still have 90% of that bottle. I'm not going to say you're wrong with that because that's probably reality. Because to get down to 90% of it would be probably 200 or 300 sprays. It'd take me a while to get to that many sprays. Just right now was terrible timing for you to say that because I'm wearing it currently. I've been wearing it a lot. A lot for me is once a week. I've been wearing it once a week since I got it. But I'm glad I made you laugh because I wanted to fuck with you a little bit since I had you because I haven't seen you since you made that comment like last week or something, a week and a half ago, whenever it was. And I didn't get a reply from you, so I didn't know if you saw my reply. But I guess you did since you're saying that. No worries. We're hour 14 in. We're going to do a little bit over an hour and a half. So, all right. We're going to stop right here because we got one more fragrance left. We got Lamal On Board, which is a revisit. Where the hell? There it is. Looking for the serrated part. I haven't smelled it in like 2 years. I had the decant for this at the same time I got the decant for Lamal Parfum when I fell in love with Lamal Parfum. And because of that, this was my least favorite of those three. I forgot what other one I had tried. It was Lamal Parfum, Lamal On Board. Oh, in my 10 ml of Essence de Parfum, the blue batch, the last formula before they discontinued it. That's what it was. And this was my least favorite. So measuring up to something that, for an old batch of Essence de Parfum, I paid over $200 on eBay because I wanted it so bad. So that's how much I like that. And Lamal Parfum is literally my favorite Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance out of all of them. So this got the short end of the stick on those three. It's a good fragrance. It just could not measure up to those. Not even close. Not for me anyways. But it is a cool looking bottle. Translucent, kind of dull blue, a dull royal blue, if you will. Has that same like gunmetal colored atomizer as Lamal Lover. It's a similar tone to Lamal Lover. Might even be the same bottle with that they use different print, honestly. It's on the shelf. If it was still on the desk, I'd grab it and we could compare, but it seems like it's about the same blue. Might be a little bit brighter of a blue, but it's the same atomizer and all. All right, we're going to go on right by the palm tree, in between the sun and the palm tree. There's that ambery tonka bean smell. Very familiar right away. I sprayed a lot. That spray and a half kind of doused the area. These atomizers are no joke on these Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrances. Lamal and Labeau atomizers, they put out. Yep, a little powdery, very ambery. Tonka bean powder and sweetness, based around tonka bean and amber. It's that simple. Little bit of spice, little bit of an aquatic smell, just a touch, but it's mainly this amber accord and tonka bean is what dominate this fragrance. You can wear this every day. Supposedly smells like the Aviator Flanker. I've never tried that one. It probably is a rebottling of the same fragrance. They've done stuff like that before. Other designers have done stuff like that before. Tommy Hilfiger's done it with summer 2021 or 22. I forgot which one. One of the summer flankers and drawing a blank. I did a collaboration review with Chad on it, but they're the same fragrance rebottled. Tommy Hilfiger's done it, most notably that I can remember, but it smells nice. It does smell nice. You know, I'll wear it. I'll definitely wear it, but I'm not going to wear it all the time. It's not going to be a constant reach. Just based off of this recollection and kind of reliving how I felt about it the first time, I think it's a 7.5 out of 10 kind of fragrance. It's very good. It's a very good fragrance. It's just not special. '21 release. Fresh, spicy, sweet, synthetic, fruity, geranium, bergamot, tonka bean. It's got this ambery smell to it, warm and ambery. Very warm and ambery. So here we go. Aviator. Almost the exact same note breakdown. Instead, you get sandalwood and violet leaf here. So apparently it is the same fragrance. Because they probably just left those two notes out. It probably is the same fragrance. Sandalwood, violet leaf. There's that slight aquatic tinge I was talking about, violet leaf. Because it probably is in here. Smells like it would be now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I get more geranium than anything. It's kind of a slightly earthy geranium, a little sweet earthy geranium, not the minty fresh type. I'm sticking with 7.5 out of 10. Again, it's a very good fragrance. For the money, I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to grab it. Why not? I forgot what I paid for it. Let me look at my order real quick. Might end up showing me in Canadian, though. No, it's showing me. No, it is showing me in Canadian. No, it's USD. I paid 78. So it's $20 more than I remembered. So it's 78. Not a terrible price, but it was like, why not? Because I've kind of wanting to slowly collect some more of the Lamal flankers. And I saw it and I was like, sure. What the hell? I wanted a fifth fragrance to get the free shipping. I was like, why not? I will remember liking it, but not loving it. give it another shot. Why the hell not? I do like it. Don't love it. It's not their best work, but it's a solid release. It is definitely a solid release. Let me click refresh over here, see where we stand. Well, we got some good options here today. Let's revisit some of these, shall we? 134 likes with 150 people in the chat currently. I appreciate you guys. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. This has gotten so much fresher as it's dried down. It's fresh, but still sweet. Very woodsy at this point. Very woodsy. Clean, soft wood, though. It doesn't have that sharp cedar smell anymore. More of a vetiver smell. Yeah, it's good. K Intense has gotten way better. Very different fragrance. It's changed. It's very fresh and woodsy is the main takeaway for that. The best of the bunch. Ombre leather parfum. No two ways about it. And then we just sprayed Lamal On Board. It hasn't really changed much. The geranium is taking hold of this fragrance, though. It's kind of taking over the scent profile. Let's get caught up. Brock, good to see you, sir. John Barbados XX and Cold Minnesota Day. Good to see you, sir. Wearing Imagination. Ryan, good to see you. Wearing Queening. Mind Games. Hell yeah. It's solid. If you have Aviator, apparently it's super redundant. Notes are the same. Everybody seems to say it's the same. So if you have Aviator, don't buy it. If you don't have Aviator, apparently it's easier to get. Or maybe not. I don't know. I haven't looked around for both. Wulong Cha is absolutely amazing. I will thank you now. Kix Griffey approved. Good to see you, sir. That is full bottle worthy, my man. Absolutely. It's a beast on me. Lasts a long, long time. So I'm saying, according to everything, it is that. Heading out. Date with the wife. Hope to see you guys soon. It was great to see you, sir. We'll be live again tomorrow. And then we'll take our usual Wednesday off. Be back on Thursday and Friday. But yeah, thanks for coming and hang out with us for a little bit. Have a great evening with the wife. I'm shocked when I see that anyone in this community has even made 20% dent in one bottle. I was surprised when I made 10% dent in any that I have. It's very difficult for me to put much of a dent in a bottle. Like this is kind of an impressive dent for me. That little bit of a juice drop. And I haven't worn it that much because I just have so many, constantly getting new stuff. I mean, we're doing a fragrance haul now. When we did a fragrance haul 2-3 days ago, and we did a fragrance haul a couple days before that. Between stuff getting sent to me and stuff I buy, because I buy still so much more than I get sent to me, but I do get stuff sent to me too. So you add all that up, and I get a lot of fragrances every month, monthly. It's never ending. But again, it's what I do full time. So it kind of needs to be that way. Trying to stay current, but I never get to revisit some of the things that I really enjoy as easily. I'm not saying I can't revisit these fragrances, but to just like spend a week with a fragrance, oh, no, that's just not feasible to spend a whole week with one fragrance. Now I can do test sprays randomly, but as far as like that's what I'm wearing every day, just doesn't make sense for me in my day-to-day life and operations, unfortunately. But yeah, the more, even having 50 fragrances is a ridiculous collection at this point. That's a collection, not a wardrobe. So I agree with you. Right back at you, sir. Amazing flankers of the mall. So they've done really good. This one just is nothing impressive. Smelled like nasty sunscreen. No, they don't smell the same. I'm kind of surprised you don't like the EDT. But EDP is an aquatic leather fragrance. It's very saltwater heavy and rich leather accord. It's that simple. Hell yeah. Good to see you, Giancarlo. There's no reason to spray like a fucking crazy person for something that's strong. There's no reason to do that. Especially not in my daily life. That just doesn't make sense. It's more of a fig patchouli aquatic in this suede leather-like note. For sure. You can't spend a week with one bottle. Imagine Sebastian. No, yeah, God. He's got an entire floor to his home. It's a perfume library. It's not a perfume room. It's a library. Yeah, Sebastian's got just amassed an incredible, outrageous collection. Sound like a fragrance pimp. There we go. I'll take it. I'll take that as a compliment. Well, I won't look at it as a bad thing. So we got a few more minutes and then we'll shut it down. We're actually at the bottom of the chat. I'm able to hang out at the bottom of the chat for a change. We already talked about all of them. The third fragrance was Ombre Leather Parfum. You just got to scroll back a little bit, my man. We talked about all four. We're about to wrap it up here in a few minutes. Whoops. Basically, you just describe yourself as a complete sadist, to be surrounded by things you love, but always forced to move on, the ultimate unscratchable itch. That's hilarious. No, man, I love what I do. I fucking love what I do. You hear me? I get to wake up and do the things I'm passionate about every day, and this is the main thing. And I love training. I get to train all the time. Good to see you're watching, Kevin. I just got a text. Good to see you watching, Kevin. But yeah, man, I trust me, I wouldn't trade this for anything. I stopped buying lottery tickets a few years ago and let go of that unreasonable dream of hoping to ever win that delusion that most people have. Because I'm just so content. I am. I love what I do. I love my day-to-day life. I'm busy from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. And I like it that way. There's always something to do when you try to stay engaged on social media. Plus, I've been very busy since things have really taken an uptick since I'm competing in June. And I train twice a day, 5 days a week. And on the 2 off days, I still do cardio. And then that's the days I go do stuff with the wife because I'm so busy the other days. I don't get to spend a lot of time with the wife, believe it or not. I work from home. I don't spend a ton of time with the wife most of the day. Like we still interact all throughout the day randomly, but it depends on what's going on because I'm very serious about what I do. It's a weird thing that I do, but it's still what I do, right? And I take my training regimen and everything very seriously as well. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing, absolute blessing to live the way I live, I got to say. Ooh, rooftop dinner date. Her 3 favorite fragrances I have are Armani Code Parfum, Intense Citra Boisé, and Ambassador. For that, if it's me, I would go with Code Parfum. Rooftop dinner date. That's a sensual fragrance compared to the other two. I think if it was more of a casual evening, I would go Ambassador here. And even like Intense Citra Boisé is kind of the happy medium between the two. But for that setting of those 3, I'm going Code Parfum personally. It's got more sex appeal to it, that profile. That's the one. No, I have no second thought. That's the one. If it's me, if you care what I think, that's what I think. Been rocking Club de Nuit Intense, man. There's nothing wrong with that, man. They got a new flanker. Another twist on Aventus. I'm going to have to check it out. For the longest time, Earthy Vetiver was like that with me, but over time, my palate changed, and I actually quite enjoy it these days. Outside of that, because there was a time when Earthy Vetiver smelled like roach spray to me on my skin, but it's not like that anymore. Outside of that, nothing really. Yeah, oh God, I use that all the time. It's actually refreshing and it definitely doesn't have the sweetness of the EDT. It's way fresher. Way fresher. I don't even bother picking it up. I just kind of leave it on the desk now because I know I'm going to end up using it. When I'm shaving, I'll come grab it, use it, clean the bottle off, and come put it back in its spot for wherever it was in the rotation. So I picked up the fragrances from the rotation, except for the few that are going to linger into this week because I'm going to wear this again at some point. Shave-a-thon. I'm going to wear this again at some point this week. And then so far, it's only been these 2. Yesterday, and then last night I wore that Banana Republic fragrance. It's okay. It's weak, redundant, and nobody gives a shit about that video. So y'all start watching the Rack Store videos I've been doing, or I'm going to stop doing the Rack Store videos. If there's no return on the effort, time, and resources, I will not do them anymore because I've been getting, why don't you do Rack Store videos? So I made some Rack Store content happen, and nobody gave a shit. So granted, I did put it out later in the day yesterday, so the timing probably had something to do with it, but it didn't pick up any steam today. So that shows me no one gave a shit. So you guys have the power to keep certain formats alive. So If the rack store videos have run its course on this channel, the views will reflect that. And I'll put my energy and time, efforts, and resources into a different format. So just throwing that out there, being real with you guys. Still sweet on you. It dries down for me, earthy and like an earthy, spicy mess. It's still very fresh, and it's spicier than it is sweet, but I don't get earthy. Not really. A little touch of earthy, but it's more fresh, spicy, synthetic. Hint of sweet and earthy. Fresh, spicy, synthetic's the main things I'm getting here. Like the sweet really faded. Yeah, it's more like a straight up blue fragrance now. Mid-level, typical blue designer fragrance. I like it. I like this old basic ass shit sometimes. These blue fragrances that are just synthetic and fresh. I enjoy them. I just do. I like Bad Boy Cobalt. It's my jam. I like it. I'm going to end up liking that more than the Elixir because I could wear this every day. Now that it's drying down, I can tell you right now, I'm probably going to like it more than the Elixir. The Elixir is more interesting, though. It is. Yes, sir. Sure did. If you want to check out a live stream from Friday. Check out the live stream from Friday, my man, where we unboxed it and dove into it. The bottle looks really cool with that crackle print on it. The bottle looks awesome. I had Dedrick on Friday, by the way. We were talking about it, and then we pulled that up and looked at it. My moderator said it's really good. I'm content. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Coach Keith. I found Polo Blue EDT limited edition with the bear and Polo Red EDP with the bear. I almost bought the red. So they're just regular Polo Red EDP and Polo Blue EDT. They just have the bear on the bottle. But the pricing's really good. Those are 4.2 ounce bottles too, I believe. Those are the big bottles, the limited editions with the bear. They're both good. Red EDP is my favorite red. Just throwing that out there. And EDT Blue don't last for shit, but I'll argue with anybody that's the best smelling one because you know which of my Polo Blue flankers are my favorites? The ones that smell like the original, just evolved. The Eau de Parfum and the Parfum. It's my two favorite Polo Blues. Gold blend, of course, for how unique and interesting it is, but I like EDP and Parfum more because they maintain the EDT's DNA. I like true flankers. Pay homage to the original. Twist it, tweak it, evolve it, elevate it. Don't get away from it. Don't get away from it. Then you're just cash grabbing if you get away from the DNA. True flankers should have a tie-in to the original. Yes, sir. Greetings from Wales. How are you, sir? Iceberg twice. Rocking Iceberg twice tonight. I've never even heard of that. Not familiar at all. Not to be in my top 5. I like all 40 of my bottles. I like all of my Manceras. I just like some more than others. Instant Crush was in the top 10 a few years ago, 2 years ago or whatever, but I've gotten a lot of Manceras since then. Everybody gave me a hard time about Oud Lemon Mint not making that top 15. I do love Oud Lemon Mint, but I like the others more because I look at the practicality for me. What blows me away in scent profile, or do I like to wear more? Which ones do just suit me more? That's what ended up being in the top 15. No. I like where your head's at, but no. We looked at it Friday, actually. We looked at it, that same live stream I was referring to about Strong With You Tobacco. We pulled up the new John Varvatos 20 limited edition. We pulled up the new Prada Ocean Le Parfum. Yeah, check out Friday's live stream. Literally the live stream right before this one. If you go to my channel page and click live, it's the one right before this one. And we covered all that stuff when we look at it. I watched the Rack Store video. I appreciate you, Ryan. I know you did. I saw your comment. A bunch of people did, but not a ton. Not the numbers that the Rack Store videos normally get, is what I'll say. Normally, any Rack Store video would get, in the first 24 hours, at least 5,000 views. At least 5 to 10,000 views. That one, currently, I'll just pull up a studio real quick. Currently, has 2011, which Not the end of the world. It's still doing better than most individual reviews do. But compared to what they normally do, the rack store videos, that's shit compared to what they normally do. Like the one from the other day with Aqua Extreme, and it's because I put finally, and it was like a clickbaity thumbnail and everything, but it was genuinely finally I found a rack store gym that's got 14,000 views from just a few days ago, from 4 days ago. That's doing great, but I would like to attribute it to because it was a Banana Republic fragrance. But then again, Banana Republic fragrance videos have always done pretty well on this channel because for the most part, they're pretty good fragrances. Like I even titled, like the thumbnail even says maybe pass on this because I get asked about when are you going to shit on a fragrance again? Well, here you go. I was nice and gave it a 5 out of 10 and said you should probably pass on it. And nobody was like, ooh, he's not saying nice things about a fragrance. Let me go check it out. Finally, he found something he can't find the good in, which I did find a little good in. It smells like Nautical Voyage. But it smells like Nautical Voyage. It's getting Nautical Voyage, you know? So, okay, I'm back from walking the dog. Also got my car washed and hit Chipotle. Al Pastor chicken is back. So, damn, that much time passed, huh? Hindu Kush. I know a lot of people enjoy that one. Ooh, that's a great question. About the same, honestly. That's hard to judge. They both pretty strong projectors. They're both strong on me. That'd be hard to say which is stronger because they're about this, you know, kind of what and what. I'm sure one's slightly stronger than the other, but it's such a minor difference that it's hard to, good luck telling. They're both really strong on me, though. Is the Wrestling FWO YouTube short in the creating phase? Not yet. Not yet. Boy, Joel stays on top of us about that shit, boy. I'll tell you what. I love the individual reviews and the rack store videos. Can't do more than watch and enjoy. Roy, it's not directed at every single person. It's a lot. Like mostly the people I'm talking about don't watch these live streams. We got 130. It's not the 132 people that are currently watching right now. Probably almost all of you have watched every rack store video of late. It's just when you look at the drop off from what they typically are, it's like something's different here. Something happened. And I want to say the last time I did one, it didn't start off too hot either. Not the finally I found one, but the one right before that. I forgot which fragrances it was. I think it was 2 fragrances, and it didn't really have any steam whatsoever either. When it used to be, that was like, boy, if I did a rack store video, people were coming out to see that because they could. Now, I think it's because of the rise of the Middle Eastern fragrances over the last year that people care less about the rack store stuff, and now they're putting them in glass cases. So you can't even like put your hands on the fragrance. You got to request it. Like a lot of places, that's the case. I think that's got a lot to do with it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right, though. Agreed. 212 Men. It's ordered Club de Nuit Urban Man Elixir. It's kind of like a Ventus and Sauvage blended. It's good. It's not as good as they are individually, I think. Like Sauvage by itself or Ventus by itself. It's pretty good. It's okay. It's not one of my favorites in the line, but it's okay. You probably like it. Like I said, it's solid. But absolutely, that's great. Ooh, Reflection Man. Definitely Reflection Man. Magnificent Black, Sand Desert, El Sunset, Imperial Purple, Bohemian Oud, just to name a few. I haven't gotten around to it yet. Eventually, I'll get it. I'll probably wait till I come across it on Fragrance Buy's website. Normally, if they stock a newer release, I usually jump on it. And that's probably when I'll get that. Sometimes the negatives are what makes it a positive for me. But either way, at least it's challenging the yes men. Well, see, I'm seen as a yes man because I can find the good in most. I've gotten flack over the years for that. And it's like, no, I'm just overall have a positive outlook. And I try to find the silver linings. I'm all about silver linings in life. Finding the good in a bad situation in general. Because my life in general and how it's gone over the years is proof that you never know what good's going to come from a bad situation over time. So I had horrible tragedy when my dad passed, and it really rocked my foundation. And just series of bad decisions and being lazy, and just overall it built me into the outlook, the drive, the work ethic, all these things that has come over the years. So it's the silver lining from the trauma. I use that as an example because I'm a silver linings guy. So naturally, I'm going to try to find the good in most. And even if I don't find the most glaringly great things to say, I'm going to at least be a little respectful about it, or I'm at least be fun, try to be a little funny and entertain you about it, and maybe not just completely be disrespectful, but try to at least make light of the situation that I'm not a fan. So that's kind of the case. So when this situation comes up where it's like, I actually don't like this one, you would think that more people would want to see that. And sometimes that is the case. But in this case, it was like, yeah, most people could give a shit less. You know, I haven't smelled that one in a while. I have it. Just got black platinum. So not sure I needed that one. Not in the immediate future, but eventually. Eventually. I don't know when I'm going to go see Dedrick again, but I will go see Dedrick again. Chad just happened to be in Florida. I'm not going to Canada anytime soon. Chad's back in Canada. And probably sometime after Mania season, I'm going to go to Orlando and I'll kick it with Omos. We've been planning that. I mean, I saw him in Tampa for the Rumble, but as far as just going, we're going to go get a workout in and hit the perfumery that he loves to go to, his boy owns in his area. And probably, hopefully, I already told him, I'm not coming to Orlando and you're not taking me to Performance Center. Fingers crossed. I want to go see the WWE Performance Center. Maybe even catch NXT. I'm going to time that right to where I can go to live NXT taping on a Tuesday. I can't go and not go to NXT. So I'm going to have to time that right. But it's got to be when he's not on the road. He's on the road right now. Shout out to the Nigerian Giant. He's on the road working the house shows. But aside from that, that's the immediate future stuff. Maybe late this year, beginning of next year, I may see Justin. We're hoping to get together. We'll see how it goes because it's been a little while since I've seen Justin. But as far as in person, that's kind of the potential stuff. Yeah, for sure. Imagination, going to be a spring-summer rotation. $4.99 Super Chat. I appreciate that, Jason. Been enjoying your content for a while now. Never supported via Super Chat yet. Overdue for me. Well, I appreciate that. I don't want anybody to feel obligated, but it's appreciated. This kind of stuff goes towards these fragrance hauls. Thanks for blind buying so we don't have to. Got to love when somebody brings up one of the taglines, one of my signature sayings. Because that is true. Blind buy so you don't have to. Because if I was to just sample stuff all the time, it kind of takes some of the fun away from me. Now, that's part of the problem of amassing the ridiculous amount of fragrances that I have. But at the same time, I'm able to show the bottle. We'll talk about it a little bit. Some people do care about the bottle. Check out the atomizer because some people do care about the atomizer. I do. I give a shit on how it sprays. It's minor, but I care. And then in the event that I do really like it, all right, I got a lot now. I can go back to it over the years. I'll be able to go back to it. Versus a decant spoils quick. Decant spoil, if you get 2 ml, that 2 ml ain't going to last a few months because they spoil pretty quickly. They leak. Air leaks in a lot better than these sealed at the lab bottles do. So that's why your fragrance bottles last longer than a decant. But I sure appreciate the Super Chat, man. I seriously do. I can do solid. It's mostly my outdoor adventures. Macy's had Defy Parfum half off 2 months ago. Damn. Picked up 200 ml. Great longevity. If it's a choice between Macy's or Fragrance Buy with the gray market stuff, that's no choice. Well, I mean, that's a hell of a price, man. I'm going to get it at some point. I'm just not in a big hurry. Dating Architect, $5 Super Chat. A Beast Summer Fragrance Mint, top 3. P.S. Share your story of dad passing. My mom died of cancer a couple years ago, and it was rough. So I'm not going to do that here in the live stream right now. If you want to hear a little bit more about that, if you type in TLTG review the reviewer in the search, there's a interview I did with George years ago, almost 5 years ago, where I dove into the story a little bit more. But as far as just sitting here and going over the story right now, because I'm running 15 minutes later than I planned on. But as far as your fragrance question, there's so many to think about. Now, the current love I have to include, and it is a beast on me. I don't care what anybody else says. Latafa Assad Zanzibar. I have been enjoying this one. I got to say, the more I wear it, the more I like it. The wife loves it. Saltwater coconut, little creamy, roasted tonka bean smell, the vanilla and incense. Smells like roasted tonka beans to me as it dries. Last 12 plus hours on my skin. Not room filling beast, but if you spray a little heavier, it'll be a room filling beast. I love this one. We'll go with that first. Then Le Parfum is a beast on me. It smells great. It's sweet, tropical, but it's synthetic. You got to know it. Nothing natural smelling. Coconut, pineapple, fresh green, a little soapy floral, powdery tonka bean. Beautiful. Mwah, magnifique. My favorite Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance. Got to throw that one in there. And then my tried and true. It's a generic answer, but it's such a good answer. Light blue, Oh Intense from Dolce & Gabbana. I love that fragrance. It's a beast for me. My wife loves that fragrance. It's a true scent of summer for me. Has been for a long time. Love it. Thank you for the super chat. Chrome Extreme is one of the best performers for summer frags. No, it is. It is. I get like 9-10 hours of longevity. Really strong for about 2 hours. Smells like chrome mixed with Acqua di Gio Profondo. That's another really great answer for dating architects question. Oof. That's a hard question because I want to say neither. Neither. But if I had to, and I could never have a hat again if I gave up my cap collection. I could never have a fragrance again if I could. That's like I have to ask further questioning. Like, are we talking about I have to give up hats altogether, including the collection? Or like, can I get another hat after? Or same thing with fragrance. So that I have to ask a question to your question, sir, because that's heavy. Because I'm a hat guy and I'm clearly a fragrance guy. That's tough. That's tough. $2 super chat. I love broccoli. Ross, you need to smell Chanel Paris Edinburgh. Never tried it. Never even heard of it. I'll take your word for it. I need to look into that one. Next time I go sniffing, and maybe in Neiman Marcus, I think they got Chanel. I'll have to check it out. Thank you for the super chat, though. Le Parfum's growing on me a lot. Wasn't wild at first. I was the first time I smelled it. I love it. Summer. Going to be probably June. It's a fresh blue. Very fresh blue. I've never even heard of that. Yvonne, I've never heard of it. Have you tried Mind Games? Sisa, yes, and I don't remember it. I have it. It's one of my discovery sets. I just don't remember it. It wasn't memorable, I guess, is what it comes down to. It's French Defense, Double Attack, Very, Gambit, Blockade, stuff like that. The Queening, the Forward, those I remember all of those, but I know I've smelled Sisa. I don't remember the scent profile. Really? So Joel got rid of one of the double types from Taj, which cool. Get that. I see that. Let me scroll up, see if I see anything missing from Roy. I see Roy said at least. Reflection Man or Lamal. I love the individual reviews. I'm seeing all your comments. Nobody's removed anything from you, Roy. On Instagram. On Instagram, on YouTube. Which one? Yeah, no, I don't. I'm looking in the YouTube chat because it shows me who's removed what on the YouTube chat. Nobody's removing your stuff. I don't know what's going on. Seriously, I don't see anything. Because it would show me if a moderator was removing anything, or me, it would show them if I was removing something. No, they show up blank. I'm not seeing blank ones either. It might be a glitch on your end, though. Could be a potential glitch, and you just need to refresh. That's what that sounds like. Code Profumo kind of smells like, this is going to sound weird, leather and a chocolate but powder-covered donut. I think I'm the only person to ever describe it that way. So most people say root beer and stuff like that, but I get a chocolate donut that's covered in like powdered sugar. Think about that. Powdered donut that's also a chocolate donut. And a nice leather accord. It does kind of equate to a root beer kind of smell, so I get where people are coming from. I totally agree. Until I got the Eau de Parfum, the Profumo was my favorite. And on any given day, if I happen to smell it, I could say, no, this is still my favorite. Because it's that good. I haven't smelled every code, but of the ones I've smelled, it's all-time great code to me. Phenomenal. Owajan went from spring weather straight back to the cold, pulling out Midnight Hour, as soon as it warms up this week, you got to try it when you get a chance. I plan on trying it. I saw that one came around. It's beautiful, but feels too cloying for me. Maybe I should give the EDT a try. So you're going to lose something, though. The EDT is a stripped down take on the Le Parfum. It's not going to be as cloying. I get where you're coming from. I've worn Le Parfum to the beach a few times in the middle of summer. I didn't find it too cloying, but that's just because I love it so much. I enjoy the charm of the scent profile. I enjoy. You're going to want to try Fragrance World Nazi Silver. On test strip, couldn't really tell them apart. Friday's live stream, my man. Check out Friday's live stream. All the stuff you guys are asking was done in Friday's live stream. Pretty close. Smells like Boss Bottled Intense. Actually smells stronger, thicker. Not stronger, but thicker on the test strip. I haven't given it a full wearing yet. Been a long time since I've smelled it. I know it's got like this creamy lemon smell. It's just been forever. You can see my screenshot. Are you sending me messages on Instagram? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Kevin. That's an inside joke thing. I don't see any messages from you, Roy. I got Hurricane Teabag messaging me that I was giving a hard time about the leg press earlier. There's the conversation with Randy. I see some messages from Terrace. Malik Main then tagged me. Outside of that, I don't see any private messages from you. Yeah, I don't see nothing, Roy. Yeah, nothing under the message requests. I'll check the other messages after, but yeah, I don't have nothing from you, Roy, on IG. I think it's kind of weird. I'm tempted to move into spring fragrances. I was done for like 3 hours. Eric, good to see you. Rabian Udamiri, a second person in the chat saying that. No, your reels. I don't know. Well, I think there's a bigger plan for it. So I'm just going to let it play out and just enjoy it. I'm so excited for it. We got multiple streams coming up on the Sports Desk Live. Night 1, we got to work it out. We'll be doing that within the next week. Subscribe to the Sports Desk Live for wrestling talk and all other sports. I'm on the wrestling segments. We'll be doing a Night 1 preview show as well as a Night 2 preview show. And then we have another one after Mania that we're doing. There you go. Currently, Monday is back, hamstrings, and calves. I do abs 3 times a week, split up. Sometimes it's only twice a week, but today, Monday, was back, hamstrings, calves. Tomorrow's chest and arms. Wednesday's off because I do cardio 7 days a week. Wednesday's off, but still cardio. Thursday is legs. Friday is chest and back. Saturday is delts and arms. Sunday's off, but still do cardio. So cardio 7 days a week, lifting 5 days a week. So it's about time to shut it down. So let's see. Message me. You got to remind me. I'll forget. You got to understand. I see so many comments, messages, notifications, and shit across all platforms every day. It's unbelievable. Just on YouTube, last month, I had 6,000 something comments just on YouTube. That's not replies from me included in that. That's just comments that come to me. Over 6,000 comments on YouTube. It's not counting Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all the different stuff because there's multiple pages on Instagram and Facebook as well, plus groups. And it can be a lot. So, and I don't get every message either, but I believe you and I already have an open dialogue on Instagram. So just message me to remind me and I'll give you my PO box. And we'll leave it. Okay, here we go. So we'll do this and then I'll answer Kevin's as the final. Answer your question. You cannot recollect your Hat of Fragrance collection again. What would you give away? Shit. Well, just tell me to go fuck myself then, Elliot. because you're breaking my heart with that question. I got to give up either the hat collection or the fragrance collection, and I can't have another hat or a fragrance, whichever one I give up. What's the point in living? Where's the fun in life? Taking away the passion. Shit. I guess I could still smell like soap and shower gel, so I'd have to give up the fragrances. It'd be harder to, because I could still clean myself and smell soapy clean. I could still do that. Deodorant and, strong shower gel and aftershaves when I shave. There's loopholes there. But hats, there's no loophole to that. So I have to keep my hat collection, give up the fragrance collection, and just rely on soap, shower gels, and aftershaves, lotions, things like that. Those are the loopholes to where I could still smell good. I could still make it work there. So believe it or not, I have to give up the fragrance collection. But damn you for that horrible, horrible, horrible thing you asked me. Because that's a horrible... You're so mean, Elliot. That's such a mean question. Good thing you didn't include shoes. Too late. No take-backs. Because that would have been hard, too, because I got to wear shoes. That's the most functional of the group. Because that's the three things I'm most into. Hat, shoes, and sneakers. Hat, sneakers, and fragrances. Nice, challenging question, though. So, all right. Come on, man. I got the NWO tattooed on my hand. You got to ask? Really? I know you've seen... I've had the tattoo for like 2 weeks now. You had to have seen it. Come on, man. Okay. So, it is rough. I am a few days removed from a high-carb day that I didn't eat as much as I should have because we were out and about so much. It was Sunday. So I'm still dropping. I'm still leaning out more and more. I still got a ways to go. We still got 67 days till the first show. 95 days. Yeah, 95 days till the second show. We're getting there. After I did back, hamstrings, and calves today, I immediately went to the posing room at my gym to do my online posing session with my posing coach. That was 30 minutes, hard posing. Sweating my ass off. I sweat. There's no ventilation in that room. It's great lighting in that room, but just down in my boxers, sweating my ass off, holding mandatories and working on transitions and doing little different things for the pose routine that we're working out. Yeah, my back was like, my mid back was killing me because I was tensing. I was in the chair for over 4 hours yesterday getting ink, so certain spots hurt like son of a bitch. So tensing my back and my legs and everything. So my back was already sore. Then I trained back hard, really hard, intensely. And then the posing. So my back is shot. My back is shot. But all in all, pretty good. All in all, pretty good. I can't complain. It hasn't gotten too miserable because my coach doesn't starve me, but I am in a deficit. The second half of the day, the meals kind of suck. I have switched it up the last couple of days, though. Instead of just the lean turkey with spinach for 2 of my last 3 meals, I now have some egg white wraps, and I'm making turkey tacos out of it with lettuce and 1 spoonful of paste picante because it's two tablespoons is 10 calories, and I'm only doing 1 teaspoon on each taco. I'm able to do a 6-pack of tacos, and I split it into 2 meals. And it's like a serving and a half of my turkey. It's not 2 full servings like it should be. So I end up having a shake. Like I'm getting better and better with subbing out things that kind of keep mixing it up. So the food's not redundantly boring all the fucking time, because it can be redundantly boring. Because I get sick of chicken. I prefer the lean turkey. And then my last meal of the day, I have ground beef, a whole egg, and which is measured out by the gram, and some more spinach. So it's the second half of my day, those last 3 meals, that can be a bitch. But I've spiced it up the last couple of days with these egg white wrap tortillas is basically what it is, made out of egg whites. And it's literally just, I forgot how many calories. It's literally just 5 grams of protein, and that's it. It's like 15 calories or something like that. And I end up eating a pack of them 6. So I split it into 3 and 3 in the 2 meals. So it's been better. But all in all, it's pretty good. I can't complain. It's just going to continue to get harder. But I am seeing continual progress from check-in to check-in. I check in every 5 days. Check-ins are going to get closer and closer together. But we're getting there. constantly working on posing, trying to refine and form everything, because posing was weaker than I realized when I started with my posing coach. Closing the gap with my legs, dropping the shoulder a little bit on side chest, quarter turn right and left transitions I had to work on quite a bit, and then just really getting the form down for mandatories, having that arch in your lower back, which is a bitch, and to hold the poses without breathing and everything while being very tense, but having the right form for like a front relaxed, rear relaxed, and everything, which for those of you that don't know, it's not actually relaxed. You're tense to shit, flaring lats and everything, and tightening hamstrings and quads, and trying to separate the floor with heels in. It just there's form to it. It's an art form. We're getting there though. We're getting there little by little. I'm excited. I'm dreading the last 2 weeks, as everyone who competes does, especially peak week. But I'm also at the same time super excited to get the experience. Super excited. So thank you for asking. So let me skip down because we're going to be shutting this shit down. We are just hit 2 hours. Gym's the fun part, diet's the hard part. I say that to people all the time, Kevin. That's the truth. The kitchen's the hard part, which I found some life hacks, some prep hacks. Those Carb Smart fudge bars are 50 calories, and it's only like 2 grams of it is sugar and like 6 grams of carbs. So I have one of those when I'm like really like itching, and then it's 30 calories for those fruit bars with no added sugar. Have one of those instead if I need to. It's here and there. And what it is I'll just subtract some calories from something else to compensate. I don't add those calories, like, because I don't track calories, which I just track food by the gram, but I have an idea. I can look up what the calories were real quick on what I'm subbing out to make it balance, but without sacrificing protein. Like, I'll lose it somewhere else in the day if I'm planning on having a snack that night, or if I don't have the calories to spare, I'll see some pickles. Baby dills. I like baby dill pickles. That's a must in prep is pickles, or cucumbers with cinnamon from what I hear, but I'm not interested. I'd rather just eat dill pickles. So yeah, that's how you survive with snacking when you can't have snacks. So we're getting there. Thank you for asking. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for all the super chats, everyone. If you're interested in checking out anything I had to say with these 4, scroll back. As far as some of the other questions, check out Friday's stream. We did a lot of stuff on Friday, not just a haul. We looked at some things on split screen on iFragrance with some of the newer releases announced. I had Dedrick on. We had a great conversation. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 or 5 Central. I'm not sure. 5 o'clock had to happen today, so it was later in the day. But we'll be back live tomorrow and then again on Thursday and Friday. So I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you for the super chats. I appreciate the generosity. That stuff goes into these fragrance hauls. Make sure to check out today's weekly rotation if you haven't yet. And we'll be back tomorrow with some content. Y'all have a good one, guys.